So welcome to the 3 key points for May. This month we focus on fresh record highs in the US market. We focus on manufacturing conditions which are still grim around the globe, and we look at China's stimulus. So turning to the first key point, we have seen steep losses in US equity markets at the end of last year, but this year so far the US equity market has recovered all of these losses and has even marked fresh record highs for major US indices like the S&P 500 and the tech-heavy Nasdaq. So the latest boost came from the US earnings seasons for the first quarter that has started in very favorable terms, as earnings have come in much better than the market had anticipated. Now, we think, though this all sounds very exciting, we take a more neutral stance towards the markets, as we think a lot of good news are already baked into the market, and we are particularly more cautious on credit markets, where we are cautious on a medium-term perspective. Now that takes us to the second key point: grim conditions in the manufacturing industries globally. We have seen a steady decline for more than a year in these economic conditions in the manufacturing industries, and only recently we have seen a kind of stabilization. But when we look at key indicators in core manufacturing countries like Germany, Japan, Korea and Taiwan, they are still disappointing and suggest that we are not at the end of the tunnel yet. On a positive note, however, we see that services industries are still doing quite well and are stable. So in our third key point, we are looking at China's stimulus program that is taken both on a monetary, fiscal and regulatory front. In April, we have seen tax cuts, and we have seen a big boost as aggregate financing has reached a record high in January and was also much bigger than the market had expected in March. So all this is in particularly helping the private sector, and there especially the small and medium-sized companies, which shows that these measures are targeted. An economic recovery in China should help global exporters active in autos, machinery and electronics, and there we expect to see a stabilization and a recovery into the second half of the year. So remember that you can read all the details about what I said in our monthly insights for May, available on zurich.com, where you can also find all our weekly publications.